Hi, I'm Pastor Chris Titus. Welcome back, and today we're going to talk about developing healthy habits. Now, habits are routines that our brains develop over time that make us believe that these things are necessary and normal. And we have different kinds of habits. Some of our habits are good, and some of them are not so good. They might be unhealthy for us. Could be addictions, could be overeating, it could be poor temper or poor attitudes. Could be a lot of different things. And so habits are these things that we struggle with when they are harmful to us or harmful to others. And today I want to talk a little bit about how we might best develop ways to replace those bad habits with more good routines. And so the first thing you need to do with habits is, number one, identify them as being bad. Sometimes we don't realize the things we are doing and saying are causing us to be challenged or causing us not to be satisfied with how our life is going. And the second thing we need to do is to realize that habits are in fact routines. And so if you want to change a bad habit, then you need to change a routine. I've been reading a book on this called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, and I'll put a link down below this video. I'd suggest you take a look at this book. It's very helpful. But the essential element of the book is that we need to replace routines that lead us to bad habits, and by replacing those routines, we can have success and develop good habits. And so one example might be that we all have a particular habit of worry, and some of us more than others. Some of us are professional worriers, which, by the way, is not a good thing. And so, what's the old saying? 99% of the things that we worry about don't even happen. Yet we devote a lot of time and energy into worry. So let's say your habit is worry, or your bad habit is anxiety or fear. What routines can you develop to move away from a poor habit into one that is more beneficial to you, a good habit? Well, there are 4 tips that I want to talk about. Number 1, focus your mind on the things you can control. It sounds simple, but most of our worry is generated from fear and anxiety of the unknown. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen around the corner? What about the future? What's going to happen if this virus situation lasts longer than we think it's going to? All of these things that we can't control feed our bad habit of worry. And that is part of the cycle of worry itself. And so focus your mind on things you can control. You can control, first and foremost, what you think about. So you want to think about positive things. Number 2, inventory your blessings, not your fears. List out, and if you physically have to sit down and write it, that's fine. That's great, actually. Write down all the blessings you have. So you got this thing that you're worried about, and you're caught in the cycle of worry and the bad habit that you have of always thinking the worst is going to happen. To counteract that, sit down, make a list of all your blessings. My guess is that you have many more than you realize, and if you list them out, we go back to tip number 1, those are things you can focus on. Number 3, my suggestion is read Proverbs. Go to the Bible, open it up, begin at Proverbs 1, and read some of the wisdom that is contained there. Now, whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian, this is an important book in the Bible. It gives great practical advice, and it also is a way of calming us during those periods of worry. And number 4, pray. Having some sort of prayer life, some sort of conversation with God is a way for us to reduce our anxiety, reduce our fear, and reduce the habit we have of worrying. Now again, maybe right now you don't have a close relationship with God. Well, you've got lots of time on your hands because of this virus. Take the opportunity to investigate, first of all, that relationship. And more importantly, prayer is simply understanding that you're having a conversation with God. And so begin having conversations with God about your relationship with Him and how that might be improved or deepened, and also what's worrying you. Share with God all those things that are on your mind that are causing you to have these anxieties, and over time you will feel a peace come over you that allows you to push back against this bad habit of worry. And finally, and most importantly, speak words of encouragement to yourself. Speak life into your daily existence. Try to be positive. And remember, God loves you and you're not alone. And so one way to break the habit of worry is to remember that you're not alone. I hope this video was helpful, and I look forward to talking to you again. Be blessed.